The Witch in Path of Exile 2 is the pinnacle of arcane mastery, commanding devastating elemental magic, summoning relentless minions, and bending the forces of life and death to her will. With powerful spellcasting abilities, incredible area effect damage, and a deep well of mana-sustained power, the Witch is a force to be reckoned with. Whether you prefer raining destruction with fire, lightning, and cold, or raising an army of the undead to do your bidding, the Witch offers a playstyle for every kind of spellcaster, especially with the introduction of the Lich Ascendancy. The dark and twisted subclass will take the Witch's control over the dead to the next level and is shaping up to be one of the most unique ascendancies in the game, bringing new mechanics that will redefine how players approach the Witch's already powerful toolkit. If you love spell power, strategic summoning, and the ability to command the battlefield with devastating force, the Witch in Path of Exile 2 is a class you won't want to overlook. This guide will lead you through the first act to help you reach your in-game goals in the quickest and most efficient manner for both solo self-found and standardized gameplay. Upon escaping the hangman's noose and throwing your body into the ravaging seas, you begin your journey on the shore where you will receive 3 starting tools: a wand, a rattling scepter, and a skill gem called Unearthed. The rattling scepter will spawn 2 melee minions at rank 1, and the Unearthed skill will create little death bugs upon killing your enemies, which will run alongside you, attacking other enemies for a short while. Avoid spamming Unearthed as it does use a lot of mana. Instead, allow your melee minions to engage the enemy and use Unearthed in a precise single strike when you have a bundle of bad guys bunched together. Then finish the enemies off with your wand ability, and as they die, the death bugs will pop up. At this point, you can find a list of skills and their support gems in the comment section below. So if you have gems saved up or you find random gems out in the world, feel free to craft the next skill in advance to make this progress go smoother. After killing the first area boss, you enter into the encampment. Here, Rinley will give you your first skill gem, so go to the Elementalist tab and craft Flame Wall. Of course, another option here is to craft Skeletal Archers, but I usually skip this because as soon as you hit level 3, 5 minutes later, you will just throw that skill gem away for better minions, but it is up to you. Pick up your quest and enter Clearfell. Walk through the logs and hang a left. Go straight until you find the abandoned stash. You will receive another skill gem here, and you should craft Contagion. At this point, your gameplay should be kiting mobs through your flame wall while dotting them with Contagion and hitting them with your Unearthed when they are bunched up. Do this until you find the mud burrow and kill the devourer. Then return to the encampment and get your first support gem from Rinley. Craft Magnified Effect and put it on your Contagion skill. Re-enter Clearfell and then find the boss Bara, kill her to get your 20+ cold resistance buff. Then head to the Grellwood. Grellwood is a straightforward map which has 4 primary objectives. You need to kill the Lost Witch, Bramblegast, and locate the Tree of Souls and the Grim Triangle's entrance. By now, you should be level 6, and you should continue to kill things until you receive another skill gem. Once you have it, return to the encampment. The first thing you want to do is check Una and Rinley's stock. Una should be the first choice since she sells magic weapons. You're looking for a Stoic Scepter with a +1 or +2 to minion skills on it. If you're lucky, you might get a plus skill as well as plus spirit, but it is very rare to find these. Also, if Una is not selling the weapon that has the +1 to minion skills, it's okay, because every time you level up, you can come back and check with her and eventually she will have it. However, at this point, you should just buy a Stoic Scepter with the best affixes on it. The next thing you should do is craft that skill gem into Skeletal Arsonist. Get rid of the Rattling Scepter and the wand and equip the Stoic Scepter. Then head to Rinley and find a shield any shield will do, just make sure you have the strength or dexterity to equip it. And if you don't, find an item which has plus strength or dexterity to help you get it on. It will be very low, like +5 to +10, so not hard to find. The shield is the most important part of this stage, by the way. It will literally allow you to face tank over half the encounters you run into, so make sure to get that shield. Then check to see if Renly has any other equipment with plus spirit on it, as you might be able to conjure up enough spirit to spawn a third minion. But if you can't, don't worry. 2 arsonist minions will kill everything you face in Act 1 and 2 with no problem. If you're lucky and stumble upon another skill gem, go ahead and craft Essence Drain as well. And if you're wondering which support gem you should be using, once again, check down in the comments section for a priority list to add to your skills. From this point, everything will start feeling much easier. Always remember to check back in the encampment after finishing each new map for weapons and gear upgrades from the vendors as well. Speaking of gear, you should be looking for items which have spell shield, mana regen, and any of the resistances on it to help you survive out in the world. After finishing the Cemetery of Eternals, go through to the hunting grounds and get the waypoint, and then call back to the encampment. You can now unlock the Hooded one, and he will identify your items for free, so you don't have to use wisdom scrolls anymore. Pick up the quest and return to the hunting grounds. As you are getting higher level skill gems, remember to always follow the upgrade skill list according to the list down in the comments section. This is listed in order of importance, so for example, your skeletal arsonist should always be the first before you do the other ones. Now, there are a few objectives in the hunting grounds. First of all, the Bellbird will give you +2 skill points, and the entrances to the farmlands and Freythorn should be located so that you don't need to search through the entire hunting grounds again, just in case the map resets. At this point, you can also get rid of Unearthed if you want, as the combo of Firewall, Contagion, and spamming Essence Drain will kill everything, especially if you have the Execute support gem on your Essence Drain. You should locate Freythorn and unlock the map's boss, Gloomskull, by completing 3 Essence Altars. After beating Gloomskull, you will receive your first Spirit Gem, which you will craft into Raging Spirits. When you return to the encampment next, you will turn in a quest which will give you a choice of 3 charms. You should pick the middle option, which will give you cold resistance that will come in real handy when you face the Act 1 boss, which primarily does only cold damage. Next, you will enter the farmlands where you can defeat the crop circle and retrieve Una's loot, which will give you another additional 2 skill points. Continue on to the village and kill the executioner, then go through the gate to pick up the waypoint, and by now you should have another skill gem and be high enough level to craft Pain Offering. Pick up your skill points, push on to the manor. Your fighting rotation at this point should be flame walling enemies, dotting them with contagion, dropping a pain offering around your minions, and then spamming either flame wall or essence drain according to whether or not minions are coming out of your flames or not. At the manor, you will need to fight your way to Candlemass on the first floor to pick up your plus 20 HP buff, then work your way down to the basement to fight the Mad Wolf to end Act 1. Once he's dead, return to the encampment and talk to the Hooded one. Congratulations, you are now in Act 2 where you will only continue to get stronger. The Act 2 walkthrough should be out soon after the release of Dawn of the Hunt, as I will need to look more closely at the new skills and the Lich Ascendancy and how they will interact together to make this class even stronger. Until then, keep up the fight, heroes.